Okay, doing a little bit of an update for the Reformed Classicalist. As there's not a whole lot of videos in the last couple weeks, and still keeping up with the articles a little bit on the website. But that's because, and the reason the books are all stacked up instead of all on shelves is because I am in transition. I just got here to Florida and taking the pastoral position at Grace ARP Church here in Winter Springs, Florida. And I have done 2 Sundays. So the sermon series I've started is on the book of Jonah. And so we've gone through the 2 parts of the first chapter. That's going to be a 6-part series. So coming up this week is Reformation Day, October 31st. And I'll be in Jonah 2. Very appropriate. Salvation is of the Lord. So there's that verse, and that's what I'm doing right now, that 6-part series. For Sunday school, doing the Westminster Shorter Catechism. So I've done the first 2 questions, and that'll be a running thing, sort of a backbone to the teaching. Anytime we come up with a topical series, once I want to do it with excellence, and so once I have one ready, I'll 6-part series, 8-part series, whatever it is, I'll do that, and then I'll come back to the Shorter Catechism. So that'll just always be there. If I finish with question 10 after the class on doctrine of man or some more controversial issue. There's been people back in Boise and here have asked me to do classes on the issue of race in the past year and a half. And so, by the time we do these things, it'd be old news. Culture's moving so fast. There's all sorts of things going on, but that still does have to be addressed. So I'm going to try to do that. And when I do, I just get back to the Shorter Catechism. And that's how I'll do it for now. Keep getting classes on there. But right now, it's just, believe me, I'm more frustrated than anybody that I can't put more stuff out there. But that's just the nature of things. Getting Presbytery things done. I'm still in the last semester of coursework at PRTS. So I've got to do some papers in the next few weeks for those 2 classes. And then I start the actual dissertation, which is fun because the subject is, and I believe I have a working title, if anybody cares. I'm gonna call it, no, I forgot it. God, Reason, and Nature, I believe. Is that it? God, Reason, and Nature. I think so. Could be the other way around, God, Nature, and Reason. But gives you an idea, if you're familiar with the channel and with the website of the Reformed Classicalist. That's just the basic thesis. That's what I'm doing my doctoral dissertation on. What's the role of reason and nature at the foundation of systematic theology? Basically taking R.C. Sproul's approach to apologetics and applying that to prolegomena. Because there's a connection, and we've suspected that connection for the past few years. It's really starting to dawn on people now. Why are so many who are Vantillians also those that struggle the most? And if you push them to the point where they'll start denying, unfortunately, classical attributes of God, whether it's simplicity, aseity, impassibility, even immutability or eternality, more technical ones that they want to pass off to the philosophers, as if Augustine got it from Plato or Thomas got it from Aristotle or whatever it is. In the case of Actus Purus or perhaps something like that, those are the kind of things that my thesis is aimed to explain. If you're asking, well, why is that? Is it just because it breeds anti-intellectualism? Well, it does. But how so? You want to get into the mechanics of that, get into the engine, into the control room. So that's what I'm going to be doing. That'll be fun. That'll be next year. But my hope is that frees up more time to do actual good videos with excellence. The Sunday school class we've done so far, the first 2 weeks, amazing job that they've done here. The tech that they have here at Grace, small church, but great tech. And so I'll be able to welcome back graphics going into my classes, which I used to have. And so this is on a phone, like I've been doing for the past 2 years. The quality, as you've noticed, is not as good, but it's the best we could do. So this is on the phone, and but we'll hopefully everything from here on out will be better quality than that. Which is good. There's so much needed to be covered, and I couldn't predict exactly where I'm going to go in these classes. But at the very least, for now, Jonah 6-part series, the Westminster Shorter Catechism, and preaching-wise, I know that I'm going to be doing the Gospel of Matthew after Jonah, and that'll be at least a year. So a bigger expositional series there. There's tons of things to do, tons of requests. I mentioned the class on race. People have requested that. Obviously, there's classes that I haven't finished yet. The Doctrine of God was only halfway done. The Prolegomena class wasn't really even finished, but it's sufficient. The political, I didn't call it political science. What did I call it? Oh, Christianity in the Civil Sphere. That was nowhere near being done. But life happens. And so if you're wondering, it's not because I ran out of steam necessarily or because I lost interest. It's because life keeps happening. And so you have to, and obviously moving across the country takes the biggest hit. So, here I am for like a 2-month hiatus from doing anything significant on the channel. But the good news is it's going to get better now. So there you go. There's my update. I'm just running my mouth now. Books not put away. They're just stacked up, boxes everywhere. I can give you a tour of the office. That's what I'll do. It's not all my history, political science, literature, logic, language, homeschooling stuff. That's all at home. That's that half of the library. This is theology, and as you can see, church history. I got to get a shelf from IKEA to put up that stuff, but I got biblical studies up there, commentaries, shaky camera. So there's my commentaries in biblical studies, Greek, Hebrew, stuff like that. And then over there, I've got the actual Christian classics starting up there with Augustine and Aquinas and all that good stuff. Luther, Calvin, the whole 9 yards, the Reformers, down a little bit more. You got the Reformed Scholastics. You've got Turretin. You've got the Puritans. You got, anyway, you get the idea. Brackle, all that fun stuff. Hodge, fun stuff. Modern, Machen, Lewis, good stuff. Anyway. And then on the floor, I've got all my apologetics and ethics, and those are the kind of things I'm not at home until I have all my books placed. My nice little stained glass window in the background. Unfortunately, one of them will have to be covered, and that's that one over there by the door. That's going to be covered by one of the bookshelves, unfortunately, but there's only so much room, so there you go. And palm trees out the window. Can't complain about that. So there you go. That's a 7.5 minute, 8 minute rundown of where I'm at right now. So I didn't want anybody to stop watching the channel just because I haven't put anything up there. Some stuff's going to get up there. I'm going to figure out real soon how to get our Sunday school classes, because those are ready. The sermons I have to edit. So that might take a little bit longer. But the Shorter Catechism classes, expect those to transfer over to the Reformed Classicalist site within the next week or two. But you can see them now on Grace Church's, on their YouTube channel. We have a YouTube channel. So that's, and if it, obviously there's a lot of Grace Churches out there. So you have to just put in your YouTube search thing. You have to put Grace Church, Winter Springs, Florida. You probably have to put all that to have it come up. But anyway, that's it for now. And hopefully I will see you with some fun, exciting classes and social commentary shortly.